Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show, News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Julian Castro is polling at about 1% in the Democrat Socialist primary. Julian Castro's polling at 1% and 58 people are endorsing him. Why would you even waste your time? I mean, what are you doing? Julian has less of a shot than Beto at this point, and O'Rourke has no shot, but I love that he keeps talking because he's just helping out the Republicans. Our next guest here on the program, it's a pleasure to visit with her, one of the senior advisors for the Trump 2020 presidential campaign, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Welcome to the program. How are you today?
Oh, fantastic. Super excited to be here in the great state of Texas, that's for sure. And as you know, Don Jr. and I are in San Antonio. We're going to do a great pre-rally, and Brad Parscale, our campaign manager, will be joining us. And you remember this whole thing when Congressman Joaquin Castro, the brother of the presidential candidate, Julian, he doxed 44 of President Trump's San Antonio donors. So now we've had a major demand to come here, host an event. We're answering that call. We're excited, and we're going to be having a fundraiser, too, with some of the people who were doxed by Castro.
Oh,
so we're
great.
Just showing them, we come right to them. We don't abandon them. We show up again and again, just like the President of the United States, who will be following up with a huge rally in Dallas this week. So we're excited about it. And people, by the way, I want to make sure they know they can still, get tickets at donaldjtrump.com. And this is for the rally on Thursday, October 17th at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. And it is going to be amazing because, you've been to one of those. His rallies are so energizing. He takes the message directly to the people, unlike, horrific behavior by the mainstream media and the fake news, just flat out lying about the president working in concert like they're the communication arm of the Democrat Party,
Right. Oh, absolutely. And I mean, every time we hear about these rallies, Kimberly, and this, it is these arenas are half packed. There's nobody wanting to get in. There's it's people who are having to be drugged to these rallies when in reality, Kimberly, these rallies are packed, and the people outside of these rallies are having fun, except for the protesters. They're never having fun. But the Trump supporters, they're having fun. It's a good time. It's a big party at these rallies.
Yeah, people are excited. I mean, it's one of the reasons, the president won, because he is so relatable. The American people love him. The hardworking men and women across this country that were forgotten, that were taken advantage of, that were told that they should be victims dependent on the government for everything, that they can't do it on their own. President Trump said, I believe in each and every one of you, and I'm going to give you the economic tools to be able to prosper and to be able to have jobs. I mean, look at just the 6.3 million people in this country that have been lifted off of food stamps, economically liberated by the President of the United States. That is something like incredibly powerful when you think about that, let alone the billions of dollars in taxpayer, savings and, Job Act, the tax cuts, record low unemployment across the board. So what exactly are the mainstream media and the Democrats, a.k.a. Socialist Party, upset with? The problem is they hate the president more than they love America, and they show up in droves, the American people, for the president. I mean, just look at the kickoff rally in Orlando.
Yeah.
You had, 20,000 outside waiting in the rain for 2 days, trying to be able to, get in, and said they were mocked by the mainstream media. Oh, God, look at those people in their flip-flops. That must be their formal attire. I mean, my God. This is, this is what we're facing these days, and they can't get over the 2016 election, okay? The Democrat Party got dumped, and now they're literally like stuck in the White House trying to get back in and undo the election, and that's what the impeachment nonsense is about, the phony, witch hunts, collusion, obstruction, all of the rest with nothing to support it or substantiate it. Yet Hunter Biden and Joe Biden get a free pass. What is going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Kimberly, we had a texter, and I think this is a great topic on the issue of the rally, of the event itself. People can get tickets. The tickets are free. The ticket does not necessarily guarantee you a seat in the arena, though, correct? Because people need to get there early, right?
Yeah, you get there early and, line up, get it going, and then obviously if for some reason you don't get inside, they always have speakers and everything. outside to be able to listen to it. And it's so powerful, and it just really shows the level of support for the president. We always look for the biggest venue, largest venue possible wherever we go, because always, the demand exceeds the capacity. But that tells you that this is a movement across the country, that the American people are smart.
Yeah.
They love the president. They put him in 2016, and the Democrats, aka socialists, can't beat him in 2020, and that's why they're doing this. I mean, you've heard Nancy Pelosi say, well, he can't win. We can't let him win. So they want to do impeachment of what? For what? So it's just a travesty, because look how many things he's been able to accomplish despite everything they're throwing at him. It's just unbelievable. And what are these people? Are the Democrats? Are they just against record low unemployment for Asian Americans, African Americans, Latinos? Women are doing better under President Trump than ever before. Last year, 1,800 jobs were created and owned by women in this country every single day. My God. The country's never been doing better, since President Trump has gotten in office. He's an honest, honorable man. He's met all of his promises, even exceeded them. And he's just getting started. 6 million jobs. It's incredible.
Absolutely. We're visiting with Kimberly Guilfoyle here on the Chad Hasty Show. Kimberly, I've got to ask you, of course, tonight is another one of these Democrat socialist debates. The president going on stage on Thursday. I'm sure he's going to listen. One of the things that I love about President Trump when he does these rallies is that for most politicians, it's the same speech every single time. For Trump, he goes, he'll go off on his own tangent at times, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of material to work with after what we hear tonight. What are you personally expecting to hear, and do you think Trump will bring up some of the things that are said in tonight's rally? I mean, again, you've got Beto O'Rourke, and who knows what he's going to talk about, taking away everybody's AR-15s and closing down churches. There's going to be a lot of material for the president to work with.
Yeah, that guy was a failed candidate, running for Senate. He had a bunch of phony Hollywood liberal money that came into him. He's got no clue and no idea. He's just reckless in what he says, and his ideas won't work. Yeah, the president will hit all of that. He always does. There's so much material to work with. That's why he's got to get up there and speak. And, the mainstream media is not, on. It's about covering the president. So that's why he has to go to do the rallies, which he loves and he enjoys. He's invigorated by. And it's why he takes to Twitter to be able to talk directly and speak directly to the American people. So I say, tweet away. And he's definitely going to talk about, his administration's pro-growth agenda, the 791,800 jobs that have been added in Texas since the president was elected, and over 70,000 manufacturing jobs. So Texas is winning under President Trump. Do you want to wipe that all away with the Beto eraser? I really don't think so. We don't need that. And, people see through it. None of these people are even rating. Their poll numbers are atrocious. It's just like the clown car. It's like 23 people, running that want to undo this, want to take away free market, capitalism, destroy it, put in, socialism like what's happened and ravaged Venezuela. It doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work at all, but yet they want to do this. They want to, turn the country into something you do not recognize, whatsoever. I mean, look at the unemployment in Texas, okay? 4.8% down to 3.4%. These things are all working for the hardworking men and women of Texas. And when the left talks about, Texas is purple, it's this and that, I don't know what's wrong with these people. They see a purple Peter eater or something. I don't know. But this is the thing is Texas is winning, okay, and thriving. Texas is Trump country. I've seen it. We've been all over Texas multiple times, and, we come here all throughout the year working with people, and, we'll be in San Antonio today. That's what the people like. We show up. The rest of them, look, Hillary didn't even show up to half the states. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, who do you think has the momentum, and who do you think gets the nomination as of right now in the Democrat Party?
It's not going to matter who it is because the president is really going to, get after him. Biden has still been leading. Then they say, Elizabeth Warren, but her whole, history and quote unquote legacy is based on a fraud. None of these people.
I don't even think she knows her own history, Kimberly.
No,
it really changes by the day.
It changes by the day. You know, she thinks like, 1,024th, is a win, saying that she's Native American Indian, which is very disingenuous to the real Native American in this country, myself being 6.1%. So I don't know where she's getting off and getting advantages for being something that, she's not. I mean, the whole thing is just insane. And, Bernie Sanders, I mean, this is the thing. When you look at Bernie, he's, I don't think, doing very well right now. But their whole government-run healthcare system that now wants to show what she would do as well, it would kick close to 200 million people off their private insurance, okay? And Sanders' government takeover is so radical, the healthcare system, that's 6,444,600 Ohioans off their plans, taxpayer-funded healthcare for illegal immigrants, decriminalizing the border crossings. I mean, all of this is just insane. And then let me tell you this, the icing on the cake, that insanity, the Green New Steel, I call it, this would cost $93 trillion. This is messages that resonate across the country. There is such a difference, a juxtaposition, of what you can choose. A winning economy under President Trump that lifts up all Americans, created 6 million jobs, or destroy that all with a magic eraser and turn this into Venezuela. I don't think so. Americans are going to reject it. They didn't support the Democrats in 2016. They're not going to support them in 2020. And we feel very, very confident and really excited, enthusiastic, just like the people that show up at the rallies, about the president being reelected resoundingly in 2020.
Very good. Senior advisor for the Trump 2020 presidential campaign, Kimberly Guilfoyle, appreciate your time today, and I'm sure we'll talk later on.
Absolutely. Thank you, and God bless Texas.
Thank you. That's Kimberly Guilfoyle here on the Chad Hasty Show, News Talk KFYO.